Hey, it's Chris. So we do have a reaction video for you. It's coming up. I just wanted to let you know that this reaction video actually is coming from the other channel that I'm bringing over. I just want to really give the credit to the person who made the video that we're reacting to, Feli from Germany. So please go check her out. She has a great content over there, but make sure to go over it. It's going to show down here where to go. Also, it'll be throughout the video and in the description and everything. But this video did very well over on the other channel. I hope it does very well over here. And because of that, I really want her to get credit and people to go over and check her channel out. So, but let's go ahead. Let's get started with the reaction video. Hey, I'm Chris. Welcome to AFA Reaction Videos. Today, we are not going to be reacting to anything theme park. Like I said, I want to branch out a little bit and react to some other things. So today, we are actually going to be reacting to 5 things Germans do that Americans find weird. And this is done by, I think her name is Feli from Germany. Maybe it's Feli. If I mispronounce it, I'm sorry. I apologize. But I think this is going to be interesting, and I can't wait. You will find Feli from Germany's link in the description at the top, so you can go over and watch her video in full screen. But this sounds like fun. Let's go ahead. Let's get started reacting to 5 things Germans do that Americans find weird.
In common, and moving here wasn't really a huge culture shock. They're both Western cultures, but every now and then there are these situations where we see someone from the other country do something and we just have huge question marks in our eyes.
All right.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Feli. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016.
Wow, that's not far from me.
And when you live in another country, another culture, you'll inevitably have these moments where you see an object or a place or see a person do something and just think to yourself, wow, that's weird. And of course, this goes both ways. When Ben came to Germany with me for the first time, there were lots of things that he found weird. And he's not alone with that. Even here, I sometimes get weird looks for some of my German behaviors. And you guessed it, I wrote down a whole list of those things. And today I'll tell you about the top 5 things that are normal to Germans, but weird to Americans. Hey, where's your trash? Oh, this doesn't go into the trash.
Okay, first, before we go on, I will let you know, I have been to Germany. I've actually been to Munich from where she's from. And she says she's in Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's only 2 hours away from me. So, I think some things I may already know because I have been around people from Europe. So, it might not just be German things. It may be European things. So, let's go ahead and continue the video.
Just put it into the basket next to the door. Thank you. Oh, do you need these for some kind of art project or something? No, it's just where I keep all my empty bottles and cans. Okay.
Huh.
Yes, Germans collect empty bottles and cans at home, which is definitely something that people from the US and other countries have to get used to at first. Even I have to get used to it whenever I'm back home. I sometimes accidentally crush soda cans because I'm so used to doing that here to save space in the recycling bin, but in Germany, that's a huge no-go. Because the reason why Germans collect these bottles and cans is that Germany has a deposit system, a Pfandsystem. This means that when buying beverages in bottles, glass or plastic, or in cans, you'll pay a few cents extra. You won't really notice it though, since it's already included in the price. And then you'll get that money back when you return the empty bottles and cans to the store. And this.
Okay, so this is kind of like what we had back when I was a kid with glass bottles. So, I mean, you know, you could turn in your glass bottles for 5 or 10 cents and to get that deposit back. So that's basically what they're doing in Germany. I wish they would bring that back here. I thought that was a great idea. Plus, you know, with everything they say about what plastic does anymore, they're saying it's causing us different problems. I feel like we should go back to glass. Plus, I feel like everything tasted better in glass for some reason. So, but let's go ahead and continue.
This usually happens at these machines that you'll find at grocery stores, called Pfandautomat. You just put your bottles and cans in there and the machine scans the barcode. That's why you can't crush them, because otherwise it won't be able to read the code, and then when you're done, it prints out a voucher for you that you can then cash at the checkout. And since most people don't really want to carry around 1 or 2 empty bottles at a time and get a lame 50 cents back, people usually collect them at home and wait until it's really worth it, and then they bring a whole basket or whole bags to the store and get like a 10 euro voucher. The amount of the deposit differs, by the way, depending on whether it's a refillable bottle. For those, you usually get 8 or 15 cents back, a disposable plastic bottle, which is 25 cents, or an aluminum can, also 25 cents. Can I do the schnitzel and just a Coke, please? Thank you. Oh, they forgot the ice. Yeah, that's not really common here. You're gonna have to ask for ice. Excuse me, could I get ice in this? Thank you. 2 ice cubes? Another thing that Germans do that Americans find a little weird is drinking beverages without ice. That's just not...
Here's the thing. I drink my beverages. I prefer my beverages without ice. But I don't think this is just a German thing. I think this is a somewhat large European thing. We had some Slovakians that came over and trained with us, and they actually had their picture taking holding a bag of ice. Like it was something they'd never seen before. Like somehow people in America had broke that ice, how to keep ice thing. I don't know what it was, but that's what it seemed like. But yeah, I mean, it was, in Germany, it was like that. Of course, when I was in the UK, they didn't use ice. Even when we were celebrating the 4th of July on the beach at Wales, the beer they brought out for us was all warm. No ice coolers, nothing. It was weird. So, but I found out really quick, if you drank 3 or 4 of them really quick, you didn't really care after that. But all right, let's go ahead and hear what she has to say.
That's something that's common in Germany or in other European countries. At least not to that extent. If you ask for ice, it'll be more like in that scene that you'll get a few ice cubes, while Americans are more used to this. I mean, cocktails and things like that are served with ice in Germany as well, but again, it'll just be a few ice cubes as opposed to the whole glass being filled up with ice. But water or soda or juice spritzers won't usually come with ice at all. Now, from our perspective, this doesn't mean that we drink our beverages warm, it's just that it's enough for us when they come out of the fridge or a cold basement. In some cases, even just room temperature is fine. And yes, even though I've lived in the US for 6 years now, I still don't put ice in my drinks. And I often find the iced water at restaurants, for example, way too cold. Like, it's uncomfortable in my mouth. And if it's a drink I pay for, like at Starbucks or something, I'd rather get my money's worth and not get a cup full of frozen water with just a few ounces of the actual drink.
Right.
But I'm pretty alone with that here. And I think just like I haven't started putting tons of ice into my drinks, even though I've lived in the US for years now, Ben will never stop doing it. When we were in Germany and he wanted to get a fountain Coke at McDonald's, he forgot to ask for ice, and then when we had already walked out, he noticed that it didn't have any ice at all, and he was really disappointed. What do you want to do for dinner? It's your first night. Ooh, can we go to a real American diner? No problem, there's one super close by, like a mile down the street. Oh, perfect, that'll be a nice little walk. Walk? No, we were gonna drive. Walking for over 15 minutes to get to your destination? Normal for Germans, weird to Americans. Especially to those who don't live in a huge city. Your car is what gets you around in the US, and even for short distances, you won't see a lot of Americans walk if they don't have to. It's even considered unsafe in many places. The US is simply a car country. In most places, even in mid-sized cities like Cincinnati, there's always enough parking spots, so you can really drive anywhere you want to go without really thinking about it. Most stores and restaurants even have their own parking lots, and you can do countless things without ever leaving your car in this country. You can get food in drive-thrus, you can get coffee,
Right,
you can
right.
get cash from drive-thru ATMs, even liquor from drive-thru liquor stores. So really anything you want. Germany, on the other hand, isn't a car country. Most of our cities and towns were built before cars even existed, and we also don't have as much space for parking spots. So getting around with public transport, by bike, and walking is pretty normal for us. At least in urban areas. In rural areas, it's a little different. But in Munich, for example, it'll most likely be quicker to walk 20 minutes than taking a car, getting through the traffic, taking forever to find a parking spot, and then walking to your destination from the parking spot.
Yeah.
Plus, many Germans also simply enjoy being active and being out in the fresh air.
All right.
I think that's the girls' bathroom. There's a sign that says, sit down to pee.
Oh, no, you were right. That's the men's bathroom.
What?
Okay, so to this topic, I've actually dedicated a whole video before, so make sure to check that out if you haven't seen it. But yes, in Germany, it's common for men to sit down to pee. Well, in the US, most people are not only completely shocked when they find out about this, but also find it really weird. And I understand that that's a weird thought if you've grown up your whole life thinking that all men pee standing up, and that's just how it is, period. Like, it's okay that that's...
I guess I never really visited any public bathrooms while I was in Germany because usually I was on base. And of course, on base, being that it's an American base, we would have, urinals for men's bathrooms and of course, toilets. But yeah, I just figured that all men were the same. Maybe like I said, I don't know if this is just Germany or because I had seen some strange looking toilets there when I was in Bosnia. So, but where you have no choice, there's no sitting down. It's basically like a plate, almost a rounded plate with two places to put your feet with a hole in the ground. So the finding out that to sitting to urinate is different. I never knew this. I never even experienced what she's talking about when I was in Germany or any parts of Europe that I've been to. So let's go ahead and listen to what she's got to say.
It's weird to Americans at first, as long as you don't get started with insecure comments like, oh, it's unmanly to sit down to pee. I hope we can all agree that that's complete bullshit. But back to the topic, in Germany, most men sit down to pee at home to avoid a mess. It's also supposed to be healthier for your prostate, and this is also what's expected of you when you're using someone else's bathroom in Germany. And yes, even public bathrooms might have a little sticker or sign asking you to sit down to pee. Might be weird to Americans, but it's normal to us. Last one is a real mystery, even to me. The German stare. To be honest, before I came to the US, I didn't even know that that was a thing. But after being away from Germany for a while, I suddenly noticed that Germans do this thing where they just look at you and don't stop, in a way that I wasn't used to it anymore from the US. And I noticed that I did it too. And I don't know if this has to do with German directness, that we're just curious, looking at people and thinking nothing of it, or if there's another reason behind it, but I do know that many expats who come to Germany find the...
I don't remember noticing this at all. Maybe it was because I was always with a group of people, or of course other soldiers when we went into any public areas in Germany. I don't remember having anybody stare at me like this. Like I said, this might be something more, like I said, maybe if you're not in a group, because usually if you're in a group, you're not really noticing what other people around you are doing because you're basically, how do I want to say it? You're paying attention to each other, not really paying attention to the people that are around you. as much as what you are in the group. So people could have been staring and just didn't realize it why I was there.
This really weird and uncomfortable. And I've had to explain to many Americans that no, they're not staring at you because you look American or they don't like you. It's something they just do, and they're probably not even aware of it, like myself, because it's just something that's kind of normal in Germany. And that was the last point on my list for today. I'm sure I'll share some more of these with you in the future, but for now, let me know if you've ever had any similar experiences yourself. Like, have you ever lived abroad or traveled somewhere and were baffled by something that the locals seem to consider the most normal thing? Put it in the comments. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and like what I do here on my channel, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It's completely free. And
So that was really interesting to find out the 5 things Germans do that Americans find weird. Some things that I kind of seen. One of the things was they serve beer at McDonald's. There at Munich, they did. When I was in Munich, we went into McDonald's and they served beer. Another thing is they take their pets everywhere. I know in America, you're like, well, people do that here. No, I mean at the McDonald's, there was people there inside McDonald's with their pets. So, I love my pet, but I don't take my pet everywhere I go or to like a store or anything like that. Bicycle lanes. They had bicycle lanes all over Munich. And this was weird because where the bicycle lanes is usually where you would park your car along the street. So that was kind of odd. So they do a lot of bicycling there in Germany. Another thing that I was thinking of, I'm trying to think. There was something else that hit me that was just a little weird. Oh, that's what it was. My brother, he had a foreign exchange student live with him from Germany. And she thought it was weird that we put salt on our popcorn. And I don't know if this is all of Germany or if it's just certain areas of Germany or certain areas of Europe. But they put sugar on their popcorn. And my brother said it tasted really good because they did try it why their foreign exchange student was living with them. But I think this was amazing. This was great. Once again, I'll be putting Feli link down in the description, at the top of the description, actually. And also, I will be putting a card right up here that will take you directly to her channel so you can see this in full size and check out everything else she has. But I think that's going to do it. Thank you for reacting to this with me. And I hope to catch you once again on AFA reaction videos. We'll see you later. I hope you have a good day. Bye.